Welcome everyone. We have this good problem on exponents, and it's more of a conceptual based problem. In the later half of the problem, we have concepts based on it. We will solve the problem. So the problem says that 6 power x, 8 power x, and 15 power x added is equal to 9 power x, 10 power x, 12 power x. Find the values of x. So there may be multiple solutions, means x can take multiple values or x can take a single value depending on how many solutions it has. Okay, so we need to find out all the solutions. So first solution is very simple. If we put x equal to 0, so we get 6 power 0, 8 power 0, 15 power 0, which is 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3 is equal to 3 on both sides. So x is a 0, x is equal to 0 is a solution, but we will arrive to that solution mathematically. See, what I am going to do is factorize these numbers. So 2 into 3 power x is 6 power x, plus 2 cube power x is 8 power x, plus 15 is 3 into 5 power x, is equal to 3 square power x plus 2 into 5 power x plus 4 into 3 power x. Now you have 2 power x into 3 power x plus 3 power x power 3. We can interchange the powers. Sorry, it is 2 power x whole power 3. We can interchange the powers. Okay, plus 3 power x and 5 power x is equal to 3 power x whole square plus 2 power x, 5 power x plus 4 power x, 3 power x. So let us assume that 2 power x is some quantity A, 3 power x is some quantity B, and 5 power x is some quantity C. Then the whole equation will turn like this: A into B plus A cube plus B into C is equal to B square plus A into C plus 4 power x can be written as 2 power 2 power x into 3 power x is B. Let us take everything on one side. So you have AB plus A cube plus BC minus B square minus AC minus, this can be written as 2 power x power 2 and B equal to 0. Now this quantity can again be replaced. So AB plus A cube plus BC minus B square minus AC minus A power 2 A square B equal to 0. Now let's try to factorize this equation, which is a bit tricky because there are so many terms and we need to combine two terms very tactfully. Let us first see maximum power of A is 3n, then you have power of 2 on A. So let us combine them and we take out A power 2 out, then we'll get A minus B from these two terms. How we can get A minus B again? See, let us take this term and this term plus AB minus B square, combine them, and then let us take the remaining BC minus AC, it is equal to 0. Then you have A square A minus B plus B A minus B plus C B minus A is equal to 0. Or you can say A square A minus B plus BA minus B minus ca minus b. You can flip the quantities inside the bracket and take one negative sign out, which you would have learned in previous classes. So a minus b is the common factor, take it out, and you have a square plus b minus c equal to 0. Now two brackets are equal to 0, so we will deal with them individually. So first case is a minus b is equal to 0, gives you a is equal to b. A minus b is equal to 0 gives you a is equal to b. So a is 2 power x and b is 3 power x. The only possible thing is you multiply it by 1. I am giving you a proper mathematical value. Okay. So you get 2 power x by 3 power x is equal to 1, or you can say 2 by 3 whole power x is equal to 2 by 3 whole power 0, because 1 can be written as something power 0. So this gives you x equal to 0, first value, which we have already spotted in the first case when we were discussing about the question. Now let's talk about the second case, which is a square plus b minus c equal to 0. Put the values back. You have 2 power x power 2 plus 3 power x is equal to 5 power x, taking this thing on that side. So you have 2 power x plus 3 power x is equal to 5 power x, and then you have 4 power x plus 3 power x is equal to 5 power x. Now we have a reduced equation of this form, and we need to find out all the values of x which will satisfy this equation. So let's talk about these values of x that will satisfy this equation, the real values of x that will satisfy the equation. Okay, so first value is obvious because it is a Pythagorean triplet. So it has the property that 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. So x equal to 2 is a solution. One more solution we got, which is x equal to 2. Now let us check, do we have more solutions or not? Okay, so for that the more solutions will be either for x. See, we got solution for x equal to 2 here and x equal to 0 here. Okay, so if we check for this range and if we check for this range, okay, individually, then we will find the possible solutions. So let us check for two cases, x greater than 2 and x less than 2. We will rewrite the equation 3 power x plus 4 power x equal to 5 power x as 3 by 5 power x, 4 by 5 and 5 power x by 5 power x. So we will get 3 by 5 power x plus 4 by 5 power x is equal to 1. So this is another way of writing the original equation, and now we will check it for x greater than 2. For x greater than 2. Now what will happen? See what we are going to do here. We are going to increase the power of 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 from 2 to some other number, to 3, 4, 5, any number. Okay, or even you can say x can be 2.1, 2.2, anything. So what happens to a proper fraction? See, 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 are proper fractions. And in the condition we are talking about here is particularly a and b both are positives, means numerator and denominator both are positive, and we can represent this situation as a by b is a proper fraction. and in a proper fraction the numerator is less than the denominator. Everyone knows. So a is less than b, or you can say a upon b is less than b upon b. Or if we here the power of a upon b is 1 right now. Okay, so if I increase the power of a by b by 1 unit, see, I'm going to make the power of a by b 2, and let's see what happens. So a by b multiplied by a by b again will be less than b by b into a by b. So you have a by b square, and here you have b cancel with b, a by b only. So what does it say? See, look at the powers, look at the fraction, and tell me what's happening. A fraction, this is a fraction, suppose this is a fraction to the power 1 is greater than fraction to the power 2, and same thing will happen if you make fraction to the power 3. So as the power is increasing, the value of fraction, proper fraction, decreases. See, f power 1 is greater than f power 2, and f power 2 is greater than f power 3, and so on. So to sum up, we can say, if in a proper fraction in which numerator and denominator both positive, in a proper fraction, if power is increased, then the value of fraction decreases. Let us quickly also talk about the second case. What if in a proper fraction, a by b, the power is decreased? Here the power is 1. Let us make the power of a by b less than 1.5. What will happen? The power, we are decreasing the power from 1 to 0.5. So what will happen to the fraction? Opposite of the previous case, the value of the fraction will increase. So opposite will happen. So this case I leave to you to prove. Okay, it is very easy to prove. So now we are moving on to our original question. We have a fraction which has power x, and we have another fraction. If we increase power 3 by 5 and we increase x from 2, this is 2, this is greater than 2, this is 2, and this is greater than 2. So what will happen? I just told you that when you increase the power, the fraction will decrease. Okay, so 3 power x will always be greater than 3 by 5 power x will always be greater than 3 by 5 power more than 2 or more than x. Or let's say for the second fraction also, 4 by 5 power x will be always greater than 4 by 5 power x greater than 2. So if we add them, we get 3 by 5 power x plus 4 by 5 power x, and which is always greater than 3 by 5 power x greater than 2, and plus 4 by 5 power x greater than 2, and this quantity is 1. So this quantity here 3 by 5 some power which is greater than 2 and plus 4 by 5 some power which is greater than 2 will always be less than 1. So this quantity will always be less than 1. For x greater than 2, the quantity 3 by 5 power x and 4 by 5 power x will always be less than 1. So we cannot get 1 equal to 1, we cannot get equal to 1. So there is no solution for x greater than 2, no solution. For x greater than 2, for all x greater than 2. Similarly, I told you for x less than 2, this quantity 3 by 4 power x will be less than this quantity 3 by 5 power x less than 2, and 4 by 5 power x will always be 4 by 5 power x less than 2 will be greater than this. So if we add them, we will get 1 on this side and this quantity on this side, 3 by 5 power x less than 2 and some 4 by 5 any power which is less than 2, x less than 2. Again we are not getting equal to 1, which is not equal to 1. So there is no solution for x less than 2 also. So it means we have only two solutions. One is x equal to 0 and other is x equal to 2 for this equation. I hope you have understood the question and the procedure that we have taken to arrive at the answer. The main part is the later half of the question, in which we are finding all solutions for greater than 2 and less than 2. Try understanding it again. Okay. So thanks for watching the video. If you have comments, if you have doubts or better ways of explaining the question, let me know.